posters are another form of film promotion that tries to draw in their target audience before the film hits the screens. Most horror posters follow the same codes and conventions, therefore when creating mine, I tried to follow them so that I could make my product as professional as possible. The main image usually consists of a close-up of the evil character, so I tried to do this with mine. Orphan also has done this. The colours of the poster are always dark, which reflects the evil within the film. Other colours for text are usually yellow, red or white, and therefore can be seen as contrast against the dull backgrounds. The landscape design, like the Dark Castle poster, tends to place the text on the right hand side of the page. This is so the images draw your attention to the poster. The title always reflects the narrative of the film. In mirrors, the R's are symmetrical to each other, signifying mirrors. The Orphan is written like a child, and the Dark Castle has tall and small letters as if to be like a building. Mine is written in a blood font, as my film would be gory. Another convention of a poster is the institutional information. This, like mine, is usually placed at the bottom of the poster. This is also where release dates usually are. Institutional information consists of anyone who has worked on the film or with the film. There is usually a tagline on every poster which leaves the reader with an equilibrium, making them more inclined to go and watch the film. Overall, I think when my poster is placed in a group, it doesn't stand out, and therefore it blends in with the professional ones. The improvements I would make, I wouldn't have edited it so much, because this would improve the quality of the product. The poster, however, does stand out against professional ones in terms of I would pick it up off a shelf because the title stands out a lot and the image is creative, and therefore it would attract an audience towards it. The masthead is a convention of a magazine that needs to stand out. This is commonly placed at the top of the page, central so that the reader's eyes are drawn to it. It is commonly in bright colours. In most of the horror magazines I researched, the masthead was red. This is why I did mine with a red shadow around the light effect I had on it. Buzzwords are usually used on the front cover in order to excite the reader about the contents of the magazine. I have used things such as exclusive and exclamation marks. A date and price are usually placed in the shape. This is so the reader concentrates on the other features of the page before this. The main image of a magazine cover is usually the bad guy in a mid-shot, from shoulders up. This is because the bad guy is usually more eye-catching to look at. I liked the image on the Hatchet Horror edition of Scream, as it was something that was easy to do yet very effective. Therefore I tried it out on mine. The layout of the text on a cover frames the image. Therefore by doing this you are making the image the main focus, and this should be the main feature to attract the reader. Overall, for my magazine, I am happy with how it turned out. It looks professional and would stand out to a horror magazine lover on the shelves. The beginning of a trailer usually starts with logos from such companies that produce the film or are involved in some way. It also includes things like intertitles, which set the narrative and set the theme for the film, letting the audience know certain things, or in fact giving them information on what's actually happening in the footage. The mise-en-scène for a trailer is commonly dark, derelict settings with props including weapons and makeup scary and bloody. I tried to do this, especially when lowering the lighting brightness when editing. I couldn't use weapons due to college regulations, but I used loads of blood to insinuate harm had happened. Most trailers include some diegetic sound. I had Abby say a few sentences which I thought was very effective in creating a scary atmosphere. The non-diegetic noise in horror trailers demonstrates how you build the tension in the scene. Low tension scenes often have long notes, thus having a low slim tempo, whereas when tension is building, these get shorter and shorter, which creates more tension within the scene. Sound effects are also used to generate the sounds needed in the horror. I tried my best to make these realistic, however sometimes this was difficult as I could only use the ones found on the sound website GarageBand or make them myself. There are loads of different shots used in a trailer, but close-up and mid-shots were more frequent. A point of view shot from a bystander or victim is common too. I did this by taking a shot through the spindles of the stairs, as if someone was watching her crawl up them. I took a low-angle shot when opening the door to Abby. This was shown she had taken control and was the superior character. Close-ups I did of her face, which created more of a scare and people got to see what they were looking at. Overall, my trailer could have been better. If I got to test out the different softwares for longer or had more time for trial and error, I could have massively improved my trailer. However, I did the best I could and I am happy with the result.